2020, on behalf of the mayor, members of the corporation, and people of Hamilton, we welcome the Mid-Atlantic Wellness Institute to the steps and the grounds of City Hall. And now, for the official welcome, let's welcome to the podium the Right Worshipful Charles R. Gosling, Mayor of the City of Hamilton.
Thank you, Town Crier. The Honorable Kim Wilson, JPMP, Minister of Health, distinguished guests, event organizers, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to welcome you all to City Hall this afternoon as we celebrate Mental Health Awareness Week, not just here in Bermuda, but across the globe. And I am honored that the community partners are joining us in the City of Hamilton to identify with the importance of this day. In the recent trying times that COVID-19 has inflicted upon us, now more than ever, we must recognize and reach out to those around us that having suffered emotional crises that are affecting their mental well-being. And I don't think there's one of us here today who, with this pandemic around, has not suffered through some form of stress at one time or the other. Magnify that for others. The theme of this year's Mental Health Week is kindness. Kindness and mental health are deeply connected. I believe we all have in us a genuine desire to make a positive difference, and a show of kindness can do just that. Here at the city, we have installed random acts of kindness boards for our staff so that they can spread their kindness, not just to their colleagues, but to their families as well as also strangers. A small act can make a huge and lasting impact on the receiver, and it is much easier and beneficial to our own health to be kind instead of cruel. To end the stigma that comes with mental health illness, we must educate instead of speculate so that those in need can reach out to get the help they require. It is kindness that they deserve. So I am encouraged by the community coming together and making mental health the focus of this week. Thank you to the organizers and guests for coming. Welcome to City Hall. Welcome to Hamilton, Bermuda at its best. And it is now my privilege to welcome Minister Wilson to the podium. Minister.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for attending today's closing ceremony for Mental Health Awareness Week. Our theme for Mental Health Awareness Week was Be Kind, but our message today is that we want to be kind well beyond this week. So although this is the official closing of the Mental Health Awareness Week, it is the official call to our Bermuda community to keep being kind even after this week, into the coming year, and beyond. The Dalai Lama once said, "Be kind whenever possible," and it is always possible. Kindness is something we sometimes forget. It may seem challenging at times to fit it in an act of kindness because we are stressed or having a bad day or we're just too busy. But there are always opportunities to help family, friends, and even strangers all around us. Go for a walk with a relative or a friend. Drop some groceries off to a neighbor. Open a door for someone who is struggling. Sometimes the smallest gestures have the greatest impact. We could also be kinder in our interactions, even when we disagree with someone. This year, can we ask ourselves these questions? Where can we bring kindness into the lives of others? How do we speak to our children or to our aging parents? How can we post on social media with more kindness to each other? Or send kinder emails? What about in our schools, or in media stories, and even in the House of Assembly? Every day we can practice kindness, no matter who we are, what we do, or what our life is like. It is important not just because it is the right thing to do, but it also has concrete impact on our mental well-being. 63% of adults in an online survey agreed that when people were kind to them, it had a positive impact on their mental health. Studies have supported this, indicating increased feelings of happiness, well-being, and life satisfaction. This is because kindness stimulates the production of serotonin, which is a feel-good chemical that calms you down, makes you happy, and even heals your wounds. You do not just have to be the recipient of kindness from others. When you are kind to another person, your brain's pleasures and reward centers light up as if you are the recipient of that good deed. And this phenomenon is called the helper's high. Engaging in acts of kindness produces endorphins, which is the brain's natural pain killer. There has been less than 23%, which is reduced of your stress hormone, cortisone, and they age more slowly with the average person. So that's when you are doing kind deeds. People who receive social support and kindness from others are also more likely to be kind to themselves. This is important too. 48% of UK adults in a survey agreed that being kind to themselves had a positive impact on their own mental health. Kindness even has a physical impact by lowering blood pressure, by creating emotional warmth, which releases a feel-good hormone called oxytocin. And finally, kindness strengthens our relationship with others and helps us to feel more capable. And from a healthcare perspective, there's no cost for all for creating a more caring society which supports mental well-being and happiness. Kindness is not the solution to everything that ails us, but the evidence is that it certainly helps. And everyone's life is a bit better when we are kind to one another. So in closing Mental Health Awareness Week, I'm going to challenge the Bermuda community. In what ways can you be kind each day? As we face economic challenges, fears about the pandemic, and our own personal situations, where can we bring kindness? There's so much at the moment that we cannot control, but being kind to someone is something that we can. Let's make Bermuda kinder. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. And now the Chief Executive Officer and President of Bermuda Hospital Boards, Dr. Michael Richmond.
Thank you, Minister Wilson. As has just been stated, my name is Michael Richmond, the Chief Executive and Chief of Staff at Bermuda Hospitals Board. We frequently speak in healthcare about how important high quality and safe care is in all our facilities and across all our services. However, when someone is unwell, kindness becomes even more critical. Quality and safety sound like concrete terms, and at BHB we measure them regularly with metrics such as infection rates, clinical outcomes, waiting times, overall mortality, patient length of stay, and readmission of patients to hospital. However, patients do not feel safe, even if they're getting the best treatments, without kindness. This is true whether physically ill or mentally ill, with a chronic illness or addiction, after an accident, or with acute mental illness or stroke. We can feel alone and vulnerable in those moments. And kindness can be a single ray of light in an otherwise dark landscape. BHB fully supports the call to be kind beyond Mental Health Awareness Week. It is, as Minister Wilson has noted, something each of us can do that has both a positive and a lasting impact, both on those around us and for ourselves. For those who come to BHB in their hour of need for care, kindness can bring relief, hope, and trust. Furthermore, finding happiness and well-being through what has been a hard and often frightening year is a blessing that is available to each and every one of us. We do not know what the rest of 2020, 2021, and the years beyond hold for us. But even in the most difficult of circumstances, as the poet Naomi Shihab Nye says in her poem, Kindness, it is the only thing that makes sense. When you have experienced or see some of the worst that can happen, she says, then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, it is I you have been looking for, and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. Thank you. I'd like to now pass on to Dr. Simmons.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Bermuda Hospitals Board, I extend appreciation to each of you for taking the time out of your schedules to be here today. Thank you in particular to our Minister of Health, the Honorable Kim Wilson, JPMP, for your unwavering support of mental health advancement within our community. Also extending appreciation to our CEO, Dr. Michael Richmond, for his prioritization of mental health parity at the Bermuda Hospitals Board. During this period of unprecedented challenge as an island and globally, we celebrate acts of kindness to ourselves and each other as one way to promote community mental well-being. However, there will be some for whom additional mental health support may be required. If this is the case, we encourage you to reach out to your GP or one of the range of mental health professionals available within our community. MWI also stands available to provide support 24 hours a day. Our acute community mental health service can be contacted at 249-3432, and our child and adolescent services is available at 239-6344. Please do not hesitate to reach out or speak with a clinician about your concern or to coordinate an intake assessment. The MWI helpline is also available 24 hours a day at 239-1111 if you or a loved one is experiencing a psychiatric emergency. As Mental Health Awareness Week draws to a close, MWI is committed to maintaining attention on the importance of mental health beyond this 7-day period. Thus, we look forward to continued dialogue and engagement with the community in the weeks and months ahead as we strive to improve mental health services and enhance access to care. This is a unique time in our civilization, during which the entire planet has been impacted in some way by the global COVID-19 pandemic. One survey found that 88% of workers have experienced extreme stress, and virtually all of us have had periods of anxiety, worry, sadness, or grief over the past 6 months. Thus, my hope is that one of the silver linings of this pandemic is that there will be an increased awareness of the importance of mental health and the need to promote mental wellness, particularly during periods of challenge. I am optimistic that as a society, we will be more compassionate and kind to each other and ourselves moving forward. Thank you all for being here today.
as you go forth and go on, remember to be kind. We remember each day to count our steps, to see how many steps we take in a day. Just imagine if every step was a number of the day or the times you were being kind to the next person. So, don't think of this as a 1 week, 1 day. Let's think of it, kindness for life. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! And enjoy the rest of your day.